1942 is the year Sri Lanka witnessed the first ever university of its own, the University of Ceylon. It continues to develop through several campuses around the island, which laid path to the development of University of Peradeniya, a campus with 904 students, out of which 25 of them were Muslims. That was the initial point where a need for a coordination, a need for a unity, a need for a committee with a noble aim arose. The inauguration of Muslim Majlis is the ultimate result of this dire need. There are certain reasons as to why this society was established. The situation that prevailed in the country at that time and the general perception of the majority towards the Muslims. The thought of bringing up a coordination body among the Muslim students to enhance the entry of Muslim students to the university, as the entry rate was very low during that period. The first meeting was coordinated by Mr. Shafi Marikar, an educationalist who later became the principal of Colombo Zahira National College. The second meeting was convened in 1944, where the first constitution of the Majlis was drafted, with the main contribution from Professor A.M.M, who is a Pakistani. He has completed his PhD in United Kingdom and worked as a professor in Arabic Navy stream. He was also the chairperson of the Islamic department of the university. Moreover, the vice-chancellor who was in charge at that time was Sir Ivor Jennings, had contributed a lot for the Muslim Majlis works. During this period, Professor A.M.M was appointed as the first senior treasurer, and he also facilitated scholarships to the university students from outside, such as Mohamed Makan Muslim Scholarship. Also, he helped to establish an archive in the library of the university, specifically to keep the Islamic books. During the period of 1946 to 1947, Mr. S.M. Kamaldeen, Vice President of the Library Commission, published a book titled Islamika Zilanika. The second part of the same book was published in the year of 1952. During 1954 to 1955, the Majlis took part in their very first tour titled Goodwill Tour to Pakistan and India. In 1953, the first meeting was held with the purpose of constructing a masjid in the premises of University of Peradeniya under the leadership of Mr. H.S. Ismail, who became the Deputy Speaker of the Parliament of Sri Lanka. Later in the same year, a meeting was convened in Colombo Zahira to further discuss on the construction of a masjid in the university. In this meeting, establishment of the masjid and a Muslim cultural circle within the university were discussed. Sir Ivor Jennings showed a place for the construction of masjid within the university. However, initially many didn't like the location. Eventually, after 2 years, all agreed on the location. Sir Mohamed Makan initially donated worth 50,000 rupees for the construction of the masjid. Following that, in 1957, the second goodwill tour to India and Pakistan for 40 days took place. In 1958, the Majlis held the first going down function. In this event, the Secretary of Muslim Majlis made a speech and stated that this going down function will become a culture of university later, and now it has become true. The foundation stone for the masjid was laid in 1963 and the public was sought for fundraising purpose. Firstly, the Muslim teachers in Kandy allocated their half-month salary for this purpose, which was very generous of them. As a fundraising strategy, the first campaign, titled Buy a Brick, was held under the leadership of Mr. A.M.M. At that time, a price of a single brick cost 1 rupee. The fundraising team sold tickets with 1 rupee denomination across the country. Although the masjid was not constructed fully, the first Jummah ceremony was also held in 1968. The masjid construction was completed in the year 1971. The masjid was declared open in 1979. Although the estimate for the construction of masjid was around 250,000 rupees, the final amount calculated to have spent on the construction has been more than 500,000 rupees. During 1999 to 2000, the masjid was rehabilitated, reconstructed. Following the reconstruction from 2000, the Muslim Majlis have been carrying out the tremendous effort in bringing out the best from inside and outside of the university by conducting island-wide competitions, helping out the needy with scholarships, working towards sharing the opinions and thoughts, conducting seminars, motivation programs and fundraising with one pure intention towards uniting the mankind. We are Muslim Majlis of University of Peradeniya.